Hi, name is Judy Heldens, folks. I'm your host, Draskin, and welcome back to part 9 of Let's Play SIGNALIS. In the last episode, we went through hell, got out of hell, now we're in a different type of hell, where there's unladen trash bags all over the place. We are now on ROTFRONT, which is very convenient and very wonderful. This particular section can get fairly confusing, but I will do my best to help you. Pick up the Submachine Gun. This gun is okay. It's kind of cool in the way that it shoots. Shoots in bursts. And it's cool in that way. But I am actually going to use it because even though it's not the best, it can be good for dealing with certain enemies that can be a little annoying. But I'll still, like before, because I'm going for the leave ending, I will try to not kill as many as I can, just because that's the general practice you want to try to employ. I will use one of these, because I do need to keep healing a lot. Because remember, if you're going for the leave ending, that's what you want to do. Just explore some of these, because I haven't been in this place for a while, so there may be some details that I may have missed, but I will try my best to not miss them if I can help it. Postbox. Requisition from Aeon Commando subjected to... Your requisition request for a Type 84 submachine gun was successfully processed. Responsible body, Aeon Commando ROTFRONT Nord. Protector, Calibri Unit, R1604. Blockboard, ROT-C. Okay. Young Photo. Reply photo store keys from Young Photo. The locksmith said it would take at least a period until the replacement key is done. My niece currently has the only other key, but she's still at the hospital right now. Young. My niece. To Calibri R16 from Conquer? I actually don't recognize that acronym. I don't know what kind of a unit that is. Be careful. To the Blockwart of Sector C. There are rumors that there is an Imperial spy active in your area. A Protector Special Operations Unit has been dispatched from Aeon Headquarters on Haymot to investigate and should arrive within 6 to 12 cycles. Funny, 6 to 12 is the amount of hours that you need to try to get a file within to get the leave ending. Needless to say, they should be successful. Should they be successful, this will not reflect well on your record. You know what to do. Aeon Commando Seasonal Review. Calibri R1604, as with every season, your performance will be subject to a review by local command soon. Remember that this review will determine if you will be marked for replacement. Ito Butcher. Bookstore keys. I understand that you need entry to the bookstore for your patrol, but we do not have a spare key for the front door. However, you can use the back entrance to get into the store. It's secured with a keypad. The code is the birthday of my daughters. Note, they were born on Veneta. Check the last 6 digits of their PKZ numbers. Kind regards, Ito. Aeon Commando relocation? No. Just no. Very eloquent. I'm going to download all of these. That way we can reference these as needed, especially the one with the bookstore keys, with the digital pad, because that's one of the codes I actually don't remember off the top of my head. But we will be, there's a way that we can get access to it as we'll go forward. So that's what we're going to do. So, I'm going to go this. What do I want to do here? I think I need to try to get into this room here. But with these enemies, it can be a little bit annoying. But let's see. Yeah, I think enemies can pop up through the floor in here. Yes, they can. So this is how the submachine gun works. It's a very good weapon. Pick up grenade shells. Is there anything in here that's important? I don't remember. Was there really just ammo in here? Could have sworn there was more to it than that. Well, that was kind of a waste of my my talents, I guess. I don't know. Now it's gonna be a bitch to get out of here though because of the Enemy right there. I'm gonna head up here. Pick up the disposable stun prod. Okay, this door here, room 0512, is important. We need a key for it. That's one of the rooms that we need to be able to get out of here, if I'm remembering correctly. Thankfully, we do actually have a map for this area, which is more helpful than not having a map for this area. Like, ah, right. Yeah, this room's a bit of a... Do I have No, I don't have inventory. Shit. I'm not going to use grenade shells, so I'm actually going to destroy these. I'm going to be a little ballsy here. There's an item we need in here, so come down to the bottom. Now get to about here. This section here, between this pot and this little thing. Hey, cool. That worked. We need the developing stuff. Photo tank. Plastic container for developing photographs. Its label indicates that there's an undeveloped photo inside. That door is covered in tape, so I can't get through it, but I'm gonna try to run through here. Cool. Right, so again, this is one of those sections where there are actually enemies that you'll want to try to deal with, so I'm going to try to... stun prod. Why didn't that stun you? Weird. Very weird. Repair patch. I'm gonna need to use both of them. Much to my chagrin. Okay, let's read this note. Monfest celebrations cancelled over safety concerns. The seasonal Monfest celebration, a young but well-established tradition in most ROTFRONT sectors, will not be allowed to take place until further notice, the Protector Public Office has announced today. There is a credible threat to the public safety that is currently under Protector investigation. Citizens are only allowed to leave home for work and report all suspicious activities to their block warden. When pressed about the rumors of an Imperial spy living in Sector C, the Protector Public Office only repeated their appeal to citizens to report all suspicious activities to a Protector. Interesting. No space to carry handwheel. That's not interesting. That's kind of not cool. I'm, again, gonna have to destroy the shotgun ammo. Well, normally I destroy pistol ammo, but in this particular case, I had to destroy the shotgun ammo because I had no other space for anything else. And that is rifle ammo, which I cannot pick up. It unlocks from the other side. Dang. So I actually didn't necessarily need to go through there yet. Gonna need to run. Okay, don't question it. Don't question it. Don't question it. Epic Swifty dodge. I'm so crafty. So good at it. Okay, so we're gonna put away the photo tank because we cannot do anything with that right now. I'm gonna put that away because I don't have enough ammo. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get my pistol out, because I got a lot of ammo for that. So now that with the hand wheel, we can go to the right over here. We can go to the top right door. And turn off the gas leak. Now come to the room to the top here first, because there is a blue diskette, which is a floppy disk, and there's some revolver ammo, which is helpful. Blue magneto-optical data storage diskette used for office computers. There's no label on the disk apart from the manufacturer's mark. Sorgen Stern or whatever. Cool. Let's trash chute. It stinks. Whoa, my eyes. Pick up acetone. Bottle of liquid dimethyl ketone can be used to dissolve and clean up plastics, epoxies, and paints. Propanone, or propanone, a common cleaning product used to soften and dissolve various paints and plastics. We'll need that to get an item. Pick up the repair spray. Use it. The acetone is actually kind of hard to see in this room because of the weird lighting. But it is there, I assure you. You should use it. Equip the stun prod because I don't really need the flashlight right this minute. Now we drop down the meat grinder. The meat grinder seems to be broken. Looks safe to drop through to the floor below. Drop down, yep. It's on. Actually, I don't really think I should have done that because I don't have enough inventory slots to pick anything up in here. So that was actually kind of a stupid idea in a way. Unless I use my stun prod, but I don't... There's nothing in here to use it on. Millions starve as Imperial blockade continues. During the ongoing transit of Kitech, ration shipments to Veneta have been disrupted by Imperial forces again. Millions of Usian citizens must starve for yet another month as Imperial missile frigates in Kitech orbit critically damaged one of our humanitarian convoys on their way to Veneta, sending diplomatic efforts with the Empire into another crisis. The orbit of Kitech will continue to block free travel between Veneta, ROTFRONT, and Haymot for another 8 seasons, which leaves our liberation troops on Veneta stranded on the desolate ocean world with minimal support. Convoys will continue to be sent despite the Imperial blockade. Only through perseverance can we rebuild what remains of Veneta. Sounds like the Empire were a bunch of dicks that kind of sort of led to the destruction and ruin of a lot of stuff. This is a tarot card. No space to carry tower. It's because of my lack of foresight. My lack of foresight towers over me. Well, this is a good spot as any to use my thing. Okay, so it's this one. Perfect, that worked. Now I'm going back in here so I can pick up the tarot roller card. And I should have picked up those healing items, but I'm whatever. I'm whatever. That's how it works. Let's see. Can I? Cool. There's a save room here, so I can actually use this to kind of put some stuff away. So yeah, sometimes there's not really super important. Pick up patient key. Metal key labeled room 512. The tag is splattered in blood. Yeah, so that's the key for the room that I mentioned is important. So give me a moment while I go through, just loot the room that I was just in for the healing supplies, because even though I've been using a lot, I do kind of need some, so just give me uno momento. Okay, so I got everything, and I didn't almost die. I know, it's impressive. Usually whenever I off-screen anything, I come back with my spleen in tatters. But yeah, there was a bunch of ammo in there, 2 repair sprays, which I will currently combine to make better hairspray. And then I will put them away, because I don't really need them right now. And then I will save. Okay. Up here is some ammo for the revolver, which I'm not using, because it hurts them a little bit too much. Now be aware, there will be an enemy that spawns in a little vent right there when you walk past. Or they might even spawn while I'm walking around here. But there are also enemies there as well. I'll try to... Okay, look at this. There's some chits there. The red eye. There exists a strange folklorish idea in many sectors of ROTFRONT related to pareidolia, the tendency to see meaningful images in random patterns, like seeing a face in an ink blot or letters in a smudge of dirt. It is well known that the so-called red eye is simply an anticyclonic storm produced by a high-pressure region in the atmosphere of ROTFRONT's planet. Yet, for some of the early settlers of ROTFRONT, this natural phenomenon became symbolic of their struggle and way of life. That red spot in the sky became a perfect metaphor for the ever-present surveillance by the protectors and the tight grip of the central government on Haymat. Even today, the idea of an unblinking, watchful eye observing their every move still resonates strongly with the people here. During the celebration of Monfest at the end of each season, adult citizens will sometimes give students ration marks that have been dipped in red paint. Officially, the red paint is said to represent the blood of those who died in the revolution, but the red coins share an eerie resemblance to that red eye. Or is this just pareidolia too? Should you ever receive one of these red eye ration marks, remember to clean off the red paint with acetone or a similar paint thinner. Spending or regifting paint-covered coins is considered to bring bad luck. I'm actually going to try to run quickly through here because unlock the door. Yep, right. No! Son of a bitch. Okay, this loops all the way around to the other side. This loops around to the main area, so, as you can recognize. But I also realized the red eye symbolism is probably for those surveillance cameras as well, because they're blinking red all the time, and it's always watching. There are very few places where there are not security cameras. Anyway, so what do I have on hand? Okay. So the blue cassette tape that we picked up is used in this particular room. And I will also pick up the acetone as well, because... whoops, I didn't mean to pick up the photo tank. The acetone is used in the room at the end of the hallway to the left. Okay, so slot A, we'll put the blue disc in. And check out what it did. Check the README. Due to the power rationing, only a limited number of antennas in the grid are powered at a time. To determine which antennas are currently powered, use the antenna program to triangulate the correct antenna. Take note of the antenna where the test signal can be heard on both dishes. In the transmit program, enter the antenna number and select the correct sound file to broadcast. So, the antenna program, what we need to do is tune the radio to both the ROTFRONT OST, which is to the east, and then ROTFRONT west. So we need to tune our radio to each of these to hear a signal as we turn and rotate the dishes. So I will do that for one of them because I don't think I need to. This is one of the only things that does remain the same depending on which one you like. Every puzzle seems to be random except for these. I think this one's pretty much the same, but you get the idea here. Rotate this until you get the signal and when it becomes its strongest. Which it's 43. And then if we do the same to ROTC West, we change the radio to 210, it would broadcast the same. So I'm just gonna check that. Okay, I don't think I need to, since it changed when I did that. So once we've done that, now we go to transmit, and we enter in the antenna number, and then we select Magpie for this. And there's a reason why we do that. Octung. Octung. You recognize that sound from the very beginning of the game. But yeah, the reason why we use butterfly, I'm telling you that now, is because there is a butterfly. Magpie is because Elster's Magpie. Hell, you know, read the thing? It's for a Magpie box that we haven't seen yet. But I'm doing that now because it's a real bitch to go all the way up there and then come all the way back. Just to do that. So that's why I'm telling you now. But I will tell you again once we get to that section. Okay, so now that I have the acetone on hand, I'm going to run down the hallway to save my acetone. Now, one thing you want to keep in mind with ROTFRONT, because this place is very fucked up, as you can tell by the mounds of flesh that keep just appearing out of nowhere. Every time you pick up a tarot card, it's the island again. Very strange. And the symbolism of this particular tarot card is very interesting. Pick up lovers. Very interesting. But every time you pick up a tarot card, you will no longer be able to re-enter the room in which you pick it up. Because after a certain amount of rooms you go in or out of or whatever, amount of flesh will block the door and you won't be able to go in. So just be aware of that. I'm going to go back to the save room real quick because I want to pick up the patient's key, and I'm going to grab the tower and... Yeah, I'm going to grab the tower card while I'm there, because that's where we need to put the tarot cards, and I would like them not to be taking up my inventory space. Now we head back upstairs. That should not have hit me. Yeah, see, the mound of flesh has blocked off the door, so if you haven't collected every item within that room, too bad. You're shit out of luck and you can't go and get it. So, use the patient key. This room is very lovely, by the way, as you can tell. Whatever was in here kind of sort of consumed the entire thing. It's a glutton. Dream diary. 6th night. I dreamt I was an imperial farmer. I embraced my lover in the red deserts of Kitech when a storm consumed us, the sand grinding us down until nothing remained. 13th night. I was a worker in the mines of Leng when I was consumed by a shapeless mass of flesh, my flesh joining with the flesh of many others until only my bones remained. My mind joined the collective of flesh which persists beyond death. 16th night. As a storm raged in the sky, I fell from a ruined skyscraper on Veneta, but I never reached into the ocean below. I kept falling, when suddenly lightning struck the building, and I woke up. 18th night. I was floating in the sunless sea below the ice of ROTFRONT when I saw a large creature move in the darkness below me, in the moon's dark core. 19th night. I saw a burning eye in the sky above the clouds of Buyan. I was walking through the floating imperial palace when the gaze of the sun-like iris burned my body to ashes. You good? You want to talk about it? You good? So, in accordance to that little journal thing entry that we got, we need to put the tarot cards in the correct places. So Kitech is lovers. And Veneta is tower, I believe, right? I will just double check that just to be sure. So yeah, I got it right. Righty, so there's the dark apartment. I'm not gonna go through there. I'm going to go back now. I'm gonna go back to the... I ran right into that one. So when I went up and I went past the trash bins and looked at that whole thing about ration marks, I'm going back there, but I'm actually going to go up one of the ladders that was directly behind me there. So that's what I'm gonna do. Don't know why I didn't think to. Also, interestingly enough, there's like ash silhouettes of bodies in certain places, which is a bit strange and disconcerting. Ooh, is that a That's a stun prod, I think, right there. But I won't bother trying to pick that up. Okay. So we have to head up this way. And up this thing. Yep. Okay, there's a Colibri in here. I'm just gonna quickly just get out of that room. Just so that they reset and leave me alone. Okay. So I don't actually know where you're supposed to find the hint. Pareidolia. Oh! Because the safe in this room, let's just interact with everything that's in here though, because once we collect what's in here, we can't come back. Bioresonance technology and its limitations. I'll talk about the safe in a second. No other technology has saved our nation as bioresonance has. Would we ever have been able to free ourselves from the stranglehold of the Empire without the support of replicas? Essential technologies like climaforming and induced gravity would be impossible without bioresonance technology. Despite that, it feels like we've made little effort to really understand or replicate bioresonant effects with conventional technology. Our progress in the development of electronics and microprocessors has stagnated for nearly a century now, as we focus solely on new ways to instrumentalize this barely understood phenomenon. Take replica production, for example. The process of duplicating a neural pattern from a gestalt host to a replica brain is still not fully understood. How does synchronicity happen? Why is the duplicate imperfect? What happens to the pre-existing patterns in the receiving brain? Recreating a replica purely with microprocessors and digital programming may be far out of reach, but I believe we've become overly dependent on a poorly understood technology controlled solely by a few gifted individuals. It may not be long before we're back where we were under the Empire. Back where we were would probably be a better state than what it seems like has happened. But yeah, this is the safe I was talking about. It has Elster as the combination on this, which is interesting. But yeah, I hazarded a guess on this because I went through basically all the 4-letter acronyms that I knew off the top of my head. But now that that solution is there, that's how you figure that out. Aeon. I don't know if those are bugs or grenades. I think they're bugs. But here's the tarot card for Moon. And just like with the other tarot cards, make sure that you grab everything you need to or want to out of this room before you leave, because once you've gone for a bit, you cannot come back. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. Okay, I think that's it. That's all I can grab in here. I'm gonna go back. I don't remember if there's anything important in here. Repair spray. Reunification. Reunification at any cost. Orbital defense cannon battery Veneta 12, Buyan and Kitech are in our crosshairs. Artillery divisions of the People's Army. I know it's going to alert them to my presence when I do this, but... Okay. Just wanted to make sure there was nothing over there. But as you can see, I can't go in there. Let's see. What's in here? Yeah, it's a doctor's office thing. This is a dentist's office, I think. Okay. Ow. Well, yeah, if I just get hit a few times, that'll be fine. I can use the repair spray to patch myself up. And grab the red diskette. I will probably come back up to pick up the stuff that's in here at some point, but I need the red diskette more than anything else. Now I can run through. You can drop down that chute there, and that'll take you to the room that has the blue diskette in it. But since I don't need to do that, I won't. Ah, that's a pain in the ass too, because this is the Magpie case that we needed the antenna stuff for. There's a picture of a Magpie on the box above what looks like a small speaker on a microphone. So we need the thing for that. Teacher's evaluation, Ariane Young. The girl, without a doubt, is remarkably odd. Certainly due to her being raised solely by her mother, rather than by a community of good people overseen by a block warden, as is normal these days. Her obsession with paintings, music, and other such nonsense was clearly implanted during her time living in the mountains on that desolate radio outpost. And surely her friendship with those Venetian-born Ito sisters also exposed her to some of the questionable literature that is illegally sold in their parents' bookstore. She does not seem to understand that these distractions are no longer acceptable now that she must partake in the society of our nation like anyone else. Personally, I can only hope military service will beat those frivolous ideas out of her in a way that this school has failed to do so far. Really hurts to read that. Really hurts to read that. Because that resonates on a level a little bit too close to home. Okay, so... red disc. Hang on, I never actually looked at this. This label says Patients Archived. Yeah, so this is a list of patients. 512R. It's funny. Since I don't have inventory space at the moment, I'm going to... Actually, can I do something a little tricky? I wonder if I can just get rid of this without necessarily killing the thing. Those are flares. Okay, will that kill it outright, or will it, Okay, well, no. It'll keep squirming until eventually I let it die out, which is kind of fucked up, but hey, you don't need to... Don't worry about it. Okay, so get to here and tune the radio frequency to one of the frequencies of the towers, like the radio towers. There. Pick up the store key. Ah, you bitch! I forgot there were 2 items in this thing. Okay, well, destroy the rifle ammo. I don't have time for this. Pick up the star. Stupid. I can't believe I made that mistake again. Okay. Oh, so they actually do die out. Okay, well, it's not too much of a big deal. This leads to the dark apartment room over here. So we don't have to go around here because of the fact that I already picked up what we needed in there. But our main item for this entire area is actually this ring here. But we can't really do anything about it at the moment. So, let's see. This will lead us to the apartment where I beat the senseless shit out of these guys and got the gate wheel handle, which thankfully they're not getting up at the moment. That's good. That's bad. Get out of my face. Yet again, they don't notice that I'm there. That is so weird. So bizarre, but I'm not questioning it. So I have 2 tarot cards on my person. I have Star and I have Moon. Star is Heimat. Because it just is. It's also the only one in that Book of Dreamers that wasn't mentioned. And then Moon is ROTFRONT. Alright. Now that I have freed myself of the shackles of those 2 things, we can head down to the office and put in the red disc, and we have the store key. Which is good. Which I'm probably going to do in the next episode. I'm going to just put the disc in and then get the information I need. And then continue on with it in the next episode. So I'm just going to grab this because we can just download the patient list here, but we'll go through them a little bit here. Medibank. Gabriel Ong. Construction worker, retired. Medical history, chronic asthma, osteoporosis, severe hearing loss. Cochlear implantation requested. Can't see her face. Roswitha Fong. She was a Calibra unit by the look of it. Homeworld, Veneta, replica technician, retired. Chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, multiple sclerosis, insomnia. Patient is forgetful about her medication. That's not good if you have multiple sclerosis. Waltraud Gao. That's a distorted looking thing. Factory worker. Irritative bronchial asthma. Did not react well to antibiotics. Ito Erica. Her face is redacted on there. Like, it's really badly distorted. 560, 524. That's the number that you want to remember for the keypad to get inside the thing. But we'll remember that when we get there. Medical history, sprained ankle, grade 1. Very active in sporting activities. Issa. Same number, 560, 524. Shop assistant. Minor fracture left shin, double fracture right arm, major laceration forehead. Regularly treated for small lesions, very prone to accidents. Poor girl. Ulrike Ko. Kitech, mechanic, irritative bronchial asthma. Doctor's notes removed. Interesting. Saskia Lee. ROTFRONT student. Bronchial infection, unknown cause. Rebecca Leong. Interesting, I think she shows up in some of the trailers and some of like the things, like some of the promotional material for SIGNALIS, but she doesn't actually show up in the game, or at least I've never seen her. Biologist, sinus infection, antidepressant ration was doubled. Nikolai Nguyen. He looks very much like the persona that Adler was based on, which is interesting. He looks very much like Adler. Writer. Also, Adler writes a lot, hence the sheer shit ton of reading I had to do in his, thoracic back pain. Claims to be unable to take part in communal morning exercises. Ariane Young. 592 1D. Homeworld Lang. World of Birth Lang. Homeworld ROTFRONT. Radio officer. Insomnia, bruising, premature Achromotrichia. Huh. Siegfried Yee. Occupation cleaner. Irritative bronchial asthma. Contact dermatitis. Repeated contact to chemical irritants during work. Well, dumbass needs to fix it. Needs to stop doing that. So yeah, download all of these, just in case you forget. But also, it's important because of the ETO. You want to remember that number there. So yeah, without further ado, that's that. We will continue on in the next episode as we go and scour the photo store thing. Bookstore. Bookstore and the photo store. So, yeah, that's that. Goodbye.